Coots, Pouldeau, water chickens, whatever you call them, I know where you can find thousands. My waterfowl roots run deep in the bayous of South Louisiana, but as an adult, I've been blessed to hunt all over North America. A funny thing happens when I tell waterfowlers not from Louisiana that I eat Pouldeau. Light leaves their eyes while disbelief and fear set in. Their response is often of disgust, and my reply is, well, have you ever eaten them when a Cajun is cooking? These Pouldeau love the native grasses of South Louisiana. So one thing is certain, we won't be going hungry at the duck camp.
That mossy oak duck blind blends right in by the time they see it. It's a sin, shoot where they're going, not where they've been. It's steam rolling from the top of the blind, fresh duck cut up, tastes just right. I love living life with my eyes to the sky.
When they first picked up the piece of property out here, Jay and James, we only had the back hut, which we called the hobo hut.
We traded an old 1984 Jeep for it. It's the camp in the back that we use now as the hobo, as the bunkhouse. Quickly grew out of that, needed a bathroom and shower, so we bought this camp here. Had it pulled by a shrimp boat all the way here. It took 2.5 days.
And then when they purchased this very nice, luxurious camp, we decided to call the community the Hobo Hilton.
Bacon wrapped quail with green onion.
Cold-blooded gators and ice-cold beer. Birds that hunt and birds that are hunted. Catfish are caught and grills are lit. Mud boats, shrimp boats. This doesn't look like the lives of most folks, but it's the life we live for. Tonight we're cooking a Pouldeau andouille gumbo with potato salad. You can't make this gumbo without the main ingredient. Lucky for us, we know where to find him, and Jay and Sean are the perfect men for the job. They're headed out to harvest a mess of Pouldeau for tonight's meal. While the guys are shooting some fresh Pouldeau for the gumbo, let me show you something. This is a dark Cajun roux, and the trick to a dark Cajun roux is to go low and slow, cook it in this black iron pot, and never stop stirring it, scraping the bottom so it doesn't burn. Now the guys last night spent an hour and a half, 2 hours cooking this roux. That's the key to a great gumbo. Have a great roux.
Look, you see how they forming up right over there, Jay?
There are thousands of Pouldeau on this lease, and they're a clear signal to migrating ducks and to us hunters that there is an abundance of food in the area. Pouldeau translates to water chickens, and I don't think it's just because how they run on the water or aren't great flyers. I think they've earned that name because when cooked correctly, their breast meat are more akin to dark meat chicken than typical waterfowl. They are delicious, and I bet that anyone that tells you otherwise has never cooked one up. Follow this preparation and recipe, and I promise you'll think twice about passing up a shot on Pouldeau on your next duck hunt. I'm gonna give him the Forrest Gump wave.
Enough for a gumbo?
Yep, we got enough for a gumbo.
All right. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right with that.
Us big boy like to eat.
I think that's enough Pouldeau. Thank you.
45, 3-man limit.
Put that spoon in there.
You see?
The easiest method to extract the breast meat from these Pouldeau is to pull the wings off of the body. The breastplate comes right out. Great Cajun gumbos are made with 5 basic groups of ingredients: a strong chocolate-colored roux, the Cajun Trinity, a flavorful stock, a fresh primary protein, in this case Pouldeau, and quality smoked sausage like this andouille from Bourgeois Meat Market. The roux is warming back up right now, and I like to just add this sausage right into the roux, let it start rendering out into that roux. The most underrated ingredient to a good gumbo is a great smoked sausage. And you can always tell a good andouille by seeing chunks of fat and meat studded within that sausage. That's just gonna add so much more heartiness and smokiness and salt into that gumbo. That's some really good stuff. So the sausage has been cooking in this hot roux for about 15 minutes. It smells delicious, looking good. Next thing is to add this stock to your roux. This is about a half duck, half chicken stock. Just want to just keep stirring that in.
Beautiful.
A gumbo is in a category of its own, but when talking about consistency, it should eat like a soup without rice and eat like a stew with rice. Pouldeau are ready to go in this gumbo. I soaked them in a little salt and water, and this just helps pull some of that blood out since they were just shot. Also, we kept the breastplate on, and then that breast right on top. That's just gonna go straight into the gumbo just like this. Last thing this gumbo needs is a few bay leaves before we let this dish marry together. All right, we got everything in the pot. It's about an hour and a half till we're ready to eat. The teal got the best of us this morning, so now that this gumbo is cooking for a couple hours, Ryan and I decide to leave the crew behind and head out to an evening redemption hunt.
Look at all the Pouldeau in front. That's what we came for right there.
Blakely and I didn't shoot the greatest on this other hunt, and we moved blinds a couple times, so we said we're gonna come back this evening, see if we can capitalize on what we learned from being here. Look at that duck just wanting to come in, bro. He's just circling, waiting for us to get out of the way. They seem to be 10 feet off the bank. Maybe overthinking my decoy spread, but. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ryan and I are barely set up before the first group of teal sit right in our laps. Get ready, bro. Get it, get it, get it, get it.
Come side.
I like it. I mean, we just got here. You standing up. And they came in. I mean, they want to be here.
Nice start, bro. That's how we like to start a hunt. Hopefully, that's a good sign for what's to come this evening. Oh, there are 2 right here. Coming?
Yep.
You son of a bitch. That's all a gun right there, huh?
Sorry, bro.
That's all right. It happens. I'm gonna put my earplugs in. Oh my God. That was terrible. But just like a good defensive back, you get burned, you gotta get back right on the line, play ball. I ain't got time to feel sorry for myself for being a bad shot. On my left, back of the grays. They're pretty groups, just like doing their thing around here. Watching the wildlife, bro. Listening to them. I love the sound of Pouldeau, bro. I really do. They're like funny little son of a guns. All the little noises they make. All right, it's just about sunset, which means shooting time's about done. Fun little hunt out here. I just really enjoy doing this and spending time with friends, but all good things must come to an end. I'm thinking about that Pouldeau and andouille gumbo getting tender in that pot, and I'm getting hungry, so let's go eat. This hunt wasn't quite the redemption hunt we hoped for. My shooting woes continued, but it was nice to see some great groups of teal work this marsh against these cypress trees. It's time to pack it in and go check on the Pouldeau gumbo that's been cooking for the last couple hours at the camp. So when the temperature drops in South Louisiana, people run to the kitchen to cook gumbo. And that's exactly what we did here with our Pouldeau and andouille gumbo. Now there's three fundamental things that make a gumbo in my opinion. And that's a good dark Cajun roux. That's a great stock. In this case, it's a duck and chicken stock. And there's also the Trinity. And the Trinity is onion, celery, and bell pepper. And it goes in just about every Cajun dish there is. Other than those three main ingredients, there's not a lot of other things that season it because your smoked sausage has so much flavor, pepper, garlic, heat. And so I typically only season my gumbo with salt, pepper, hot sauce, and I finish it with green onions. I don't know where the combination of potato salad and gumbo comes from, but where we're from, you rarely see a dinner table with these two dishes not side by side. As this potato salad heats up, and as you eat your gumbo, the potato salad kind of melts into the sauce, and it changes, it evolves as you go on through your bowl. And I always think that's a fun part when food does that. This Pouldeau gumbo is going to be delicious. The boys and I are hungry, so it's time to kick back, dig in, and get ready for our last hunt tomorrow.
Gumbo 94.9 and South Louisiana Weekend says welcome. Thank y'all so much for listening in as we're here, Swamp Poppin' and Papa Toppin'. Well, look here. The Cajuns from the Duck Camp Dinners are listening in out there at the Hoboville. That's their camp out there in Gibson. Appreciate y'all listening, guys. I guarantee you they got some boo-boos in the head out there today.
Oh, yeah, I got a bobo in my head and I just can't get up. Oh, yeah, a big bad bobo in my head 'cause I drank way too much.
Pedro is a card game predominantly found in South Louisiana. It is always played with a partner, and the goal is to collect trump cards in order to make your bet. In South Louisiana, there are two sets of rules that are the subject of many heated arguments around the card table. Follow the Suit is mostly played in Lafourche Parish, and Cutthroat, which is played in Terrebonne Parish. Tonight, it's Cutthroat.
Got his bid, huh?
I knew I was gonna get that bid. You got your little bid. Huh?
Got my little bit, man.
Tomorrow's our last morning hunt, and after a fun 5 days at the duck camp, we're all excited to get back to dry land with cools of ducks and catfish. As for tonight, we'll enjoy these cards and fine cigars while working up a few bobos in the head.
I've got